welcome. If you are a member of this church, we're glad you came to join us this morning, and we are especially grateful to be in this beautiful church today to have our NFMC Sacred Music program with you. We have guests from the Penelope Club, from the Women's Club of Fort Worth, along with our some guests, speakers, and Utopian Club members, and we meet at the Women's Club of Fort Worth. It's going to be a special day today, and I just thank you all for being here and being a part and sharing this with us.
We are very pleased today to have Ross King and Phil Bordeleau with us. I've been told not to say very much about them because they speak for themselves. They're the organ builders, and Phil did a lot of the woodwork, and Ross, of course, built the organ, and he's very special to us. And Phil is the organist choir master at St. Patrick's Cathedral downtown, and he's going to be playing later. And so, Ross, it's yours.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Enjoyed being at this church most of the time. Sometimes when we were installing the organ, wanted to be someplace else, but it's just been an inspiring church. The first thing that struck me about this room when we came into it to see about it was that wasn't there. There was a blank wall up there. A blank wall. But the striking thing was the windows on the sides. Do you see the river going through the windows on the two sides? These windows were made by people in the church. I don't know quite what that story is. Someone else here does know. But I think it's close enough to say that the windows were made by people in the church. And those rivers were so striking. So when we came to, I feel like I'm at home. When we came to design the organ, an organ should look like it was always there, or should have been. So how do you put an organ in a church so that it looks like it was always there, that it was not an addition, or not something that stands out, but is sort of an integral part of the building and what's going on? I sympathize. So this is the visual design that we came up with for it. And it has several hundred pipes in it. We only see a few on the front. There are, Phil, when you get up and move around, which you'll get to do, that'll be part of it, there are 5 large wooden pipes around on the side over there. And a long pipe plays a low note, a short pipe plays a high note. So when you get around on the side, and when Phil plays the 16-foot, okay, those 5 pipes are around on the side. They're wood. They're wood like this, and they have stoppers in the top. And that's how you tune it, is to move the stopper up and down. You get the idea. Then, if there's a center there, the top part, we see the copper 8-foot principal pipes on the front. And the longest pipe, the stop key says 8-foot principal. what that tells us is that low C is 8 feet long. You know which pipe that is. It's that one right there. And then when he plays C sharp, it's just a little bit shorter. Since it's shorter, it plays a higher note. And there are maybe 17 copper pipes. And then from there up, it's the silver-colored pipes. Those pipes are made of an alloy of lead and tin. So that should be about tenor F, do you think, on that 8 foot? Yeah. Then the shorter pipes on down to high C, which is 3 inches long, are inside the case where we can't see them. For the large bass pipes, we talked about 5 large ones being around on the side. The rest of those pipes are inside in the lower level. Well, if the pipes are going to be inside, how are we going to hear them? So we needed some kind of grill. And of course, a grill needs to have openings in it. Yes, those are wooden pipes that are inside the case there. That's good, yeah. And they go on up to the highest pipe, which is about this long. It's inside. So I thought, well, that's what those rivers are for. So we took panels. Phil, do you remember what kind of wood that is on those? For the grills?
They may be mahogany. I'll check.
Phil thinks that they're mahogany. So we took a router and routed rivers in them. And then went on the back side and went crossways, and where they meet, of course, that makes an opening. So we have grill work there where the sound of those pipes inside can come out. One other detail about those grills is that they're symmetrical about the center of the case. If you take these two that are in the center and book match them like that, it's the same pattern as they come out. And then the next 2 panels are book matches, and the outside 2 panels are book matches that match. There's not much else to comment on that. The organist here at the time, she specifically requested the copper pipes, Marilyn Saba. And I've always been indebted to Marilyn for that because she had the right idea. And all we had to do was do what she said. She was a good choir director. Now, I wanted to ask, are all the members of the music clubs here females? So that the men here are guests, is that right? Or their audience? Well, good. I think we can come up with some entertainment for them. We need... Okay, we got the idea that the long pipes play the low notes. If you see this display here, there are all kinds of different sizes of pipes and types of pipes. These that have a chimney in the top is the chimney flute. Let me tune. The length of the pipe determines pitch, and I tuned it by moving the cap up and down. But the chimney gives it that particular sort of a hollow sound that you can hear the chimney part of it. The pipes sound like they look. A small diameter pipe will have a kind of a thin sound. That's your chance, Phil. The Kim's horn. You can hear that that's a thinner sound, and the larger diameter pipe will have a more of a principled sound. It will have more Okay, I don't know what. You can hear that that's a fuller, rounder sound than the thin pipe. So this, some of the pipes have kind of like a saxophone, except that this reed is made of brass and not out of bamboo, like in a saxophone or a bassoon. And I don't have any way to blow this pipe, but Phil can play low C on the, okay. You can hear that that has a reed component to it. All right, now let's do the entertainment section. Would y'all come up and be part of our pipe choir here? We need the men in the group. We need at least 6. He asked if he needs to know anything to do this. I found it has never helped me to know anything. So. Okay, will you be C, D, E, F? Well, we need a few more people here. Phil, will you help out? All right, now we need to stand in a straight line, or a line, at least in some kind of order. And if I point to you, will you, Phil, give us a demonstration about how you blow a pipe? Good, excellent. So, if I just point to you, just play the one note. Okay, go ahead. Good. This pipe needs a little work. Here, can I have it? Now this is like directing a choir. Say a children's choir or the other kind. And that pipe was a little bit loud. So if I close the toe, it won't let as much wind in and it won't be so loud.
You'll have to blow it harder.
Okay, go ahead. Let's try. Good. That really was a lot better. The difference in directing a choir and voicing pipes, that I get to use some really good tools. Okay, if I point to you twice, play it twice. No, but we need to get, the choir director needs to get this straightened out. C, D, E, F, G. Okay. The mechanism inside the organ uses leather. Leather's a wonderful material. You know, it's pliable and whatnot. When we play a key there, it opens a valve, and the valve to let wind in to play the pipes. After we're done, and if you come up, you can see inside this chest to see where the valves are. Well, those valves are covered with leather. That is lamb skin. That's tanned. So there's not much more to say about it. It's wonderful stuff. Voicing is adjusting the loudness and tone quality. Now, a while ago, when I closed that toe to make it softer, that was voicing. Do you have a more specific question? Or if If we play a scale here, you may hear this pipe is a little bit loud, and you saw what we did a while ago. It's just to tap that closed. Okay, this has a little bit of a whistle to it. That has a little whistle on the attack. It is a little bit like the 5-year-old that needs another tooth. What I'm doing is, you can't see very well. I'll move down here to the center. When the wind comes in the toe of the pipe, it comes up through here and then it blows through the mouth. Did you hear that noise at the beginning? If we add some teeth, it will make the sound smoother. Can you see the little dents in there?
Yes, I do.
By the way, dent is the same word as dental. Teeth. Add some nicks in there, and let's see. Well, it's still ragged. Ragged is a technical term in the organ world. But you see that I'm adding teeth, and it makes the sound smoother. So that's part of voicing. Voicing is like directing the choir, that we listen for things, for voices that stick out. And if there are too many consonants, well, there's seldom too many consonants with a choir, but you get the idea. If there is too much consonant in this sound, then we do this. If it's too soft, we open the toe. If it's too loud, we close the toe. I really do think that directing the choir is the best analogy. I find when I'm voicing that I have to sit in the middle of the keyboard so that if I'm playing these notes, that's right where the tenors are. And if I'm playing up here, that's where the sopranos are. And you expect sopranos to get louder as they go up. You expect tenors, their voices to stand out no matter what you do. So you have to be kind of, adjusting the pipes is like directing the choir to get them to blend and to have the right curve to the sound. I would like to hear Phil play.
First, I want to say thank you for allowing me to be here. I'm going to play a few pieces that will each show a little bit of the variety of ways in which having more than one pipe at a time that I can play will be something melodious and musical and bring us to new musical spaces. The first piece is by Mendelssohn, and it's his C minor prelude. It is your standard scary minor key, fast, loud organ kind of music, which is what everybody always associates with the pipe organ, and then I'll play a variety of other things. J.S. Bach, we all know his music. He wrote a lot of music for the organ. He did it early on in his career. And so when we listen to organ music by Bach, we have to remember he was a young man. All the many cantatas and the other things that we may think of in his vocal music were later on in life when he was a church musician. So he really perfected his skills as an organist at a young age. I still am continuing to try to perfect mine, so I very much admire what he did. I'm going to play a little movement of a trio sonata. I'll see how far I can get before the brain finally gives out. That's one of the things as we get older, is things that we think we know, we don't always remember. But if I make it to the end, great, and if not, we'll just cut the tape earlier and call it a day. It doesn't sound like much, but it's really hard. I'm going to play a different sort of piece of music for you. This is a French piece, and it shows off some of the nice, softer colors of the instrument. It's a little meditation by a gentleman named Dupont. I'll be leaving us with one final piece. Because we're soon to be in the Easter season, we'll anticipate that just a little bit. And I'm going to play a few series of things that are, well, they're easy for me to play because I don't have to use the pedals. So they might be easy for a lot of people to learn to play the piano. And there's just a couple of pedal notes I have to play. So I'm very grateful to the person that figured out how to make it sound really hard without using my feet very much after having played the Bach.